I hope that one day I can actually be honored for being a living artist and shit. Like, that's my only goal.
I feel like making art through pain and things like that, it really helps enter a state of acceptance.
I guess I just want to leave my mark before I die.
I feel like in a couple of years, this isn't going to exist anymore.
You ever walk into a space that just feels alive? Like the air buzzes with possibility, and even the cracks on the sidewalk have personality. And that's what it felt like today at Pacific Flea in Jersey City. It's this cozy, artsy flea market where creativity practically spills out of people's tote bags. Every table run by someone who turned a personal passion and struggle into something beautiful, and somehow they make it look easy. But there's this thing we learned today. It's not the artist that makes the art, it's the art that makes the artist, because every piece on those tables, every zine, print, painting, and felted doll has a story, and those stories shape us, they sketch us, and even if we're not there yet, our work paints us forward. So this is our little journey through Pacific Flea, an event put together by Tito Jay Draws, and maybe, just maybe, it'll remind you that your art doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. In fact, if it's perfect, then it's powerless. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Talia. You can follow me at _Abel on Instagram. My art is a combination between this sort of like comic booky inspiration, a lot of pop art, a lot of graffiti, and like paintings, like impressionistic era. I do a lot of stuff where I combined it and sort of like this alien magical explosion, and that's kind of my personality. So if you like that, then you like my art. But I do collage, I do painting, I do printmaking, I do a lot of stuff.
Let me know when you're ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
Hey, what's good? My name is SigNul. I'm from New York, born and raised. You can follow me at fus.gov333 on Instagram. So I'm here today at the art flea market in Jersey. So yeah. What you guys want to know?
Tell us about your art.
All right, bet. That's a good place to start. I'm holding this record right here because I don't know. I thought I really like doing creatures and whatnot.
Sick.
And I actually found these when I was in LA recently, like right before the fires happened. I didn't have a place out there for a bit, so I was like selling on the street, and I found these outside of Amoeba Records, and I just started painting, like live painting records, and so I got into live painting like that. So ever since I like really just like buckled down and just started selling my work, like doing like live art. I usually sell at Washington Square Park in the city. And I do comic books and comics like y'all too. Yeah.
How long you been doing art?
Man, like all my life, honestly. Like a lot of my prints, they're from like different times of my life. I have one from like when I was in high school all the way up until now. And then it's like I look at my prints and like all the work that I have displayed, and it's like a different era in my life. You know, I can like go back and remember like how I came up with it, what I was doing. Yeah. So yeah, I've been doing this since probably like high school, like actually drawing and stuff. Yeah.
And I see you have like a really cool punk aesthetic. Like, what's your prime inspiration?
Actually, I make clothes. I got so I made this from scratch. Actually, I made this out of a jacket. So that's why. Here, check this out. kind of funky. But if I do this, I can literally arrest myself. I started making clothes probably when I was like train hopping and whatnot. I still have them and I wear them sometimes. They're like these pants that I made from scratch. I dumped through some fabric and then I sewed them together, and then they're so patched up. There's not a single inch of like original fabric on. So yeah, I started a fashion brand called Sus. It's called SSUSS, Sus. And yeah, I've been working on that too. I got like my prints in there. I'm trying to make some prints into like shirts and whatnot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just kind of life, you know. It kind of sucks being an artist. I kind of wish it didn't happen like this. Like I grew up, all my friends became like programmers, like stable jobs and shit. And yeah, it's been really rough just like trying to find out how to, I don't really want to say monetize because that's really corporate jargon, but like to like really kind of blow up and make it in this world. It's hard, really hard. And you know, just getting older, keeping on going and stuff, and it's like, man, I hope that one day I can actually be honored for being a living artist and shit. Like that's my only goal. Not really even to be honored, just to like, I don't know, help inspire people. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, you know, inspire people. That's what's important, I think. So, yeah.
Okay, my name's Prez, of course. My Instagram is _PREZ_NCE_. I'm a visual artist. I spray paint, I body paint, I do murals, indoor and outdoor. I do Sharpie work, I do streetwear. Basically, I paint anything possibly I can. I started out as a cartoonist and doing scenery with just like sketching with charcoal and pencils. And I eventually merged and started getting into body painting. I started out with body paint. Didn't like it as far as using makeup, so I started using like paint markers. I basically like taught myself how to use paintbrush in order to body paint. So canvases came after I body painted. So doing body paint actually gave me a steadier hand, and I got nicer with spray paint also. So
what is your inspiration? Like,
honestly, it depends on the vibe. Like today, for example, like I came out to support my boy, but he told me, you know, they had some space, so I got some paint. I came out and, you know, I created what I usually do, but it's a dope vibe. It's a lot of like creativity out here, positive energy. So I just like was very comfortable and zoned out, and I just painted what I just kind of was feeling.
What's your goal eventually with your art?
So eventually I do plan on opening my own gallery, not just for myself, but, you know, for the youth that are coming up that I see find an interest in the type of work I do. That way they're comfortable, you know, they can have their own lane. They don't have to fit a certain genre to be a part of art shows. They get the opportunities to. And basically I want to progress, not for me, but like for the art culture. Like I feel like in a couple of years this isn't going to exist anymore if the youth doesn't, you know, get more involved in hands-on things like we did.
Yeah.
Like I'm a 90s baby. Like I was born in the late 80s, so I did this like throughout my childhood, and now it's like I feel like this should stay alive. Like it needs to stay. To anybody out there, honestly, don't ever limit yourself. I mean, I never thought I would honestly do art. I was born with a vision impairment, so I always felt like I was kind of like discouraged coming up doing art. But once I got out of that, you know, uncomfortable zone, and I was like, go for it. So I always encourage people, like, don't let anything hold you back. I mean, if it's something you believe you could do, definitely go and do it.
And you still have the vision impairment?
Yeah.
I can't even.
I have astigmatism. I can't see far, like, and I have vertigo on top of it. So, I mean, I pushed through it.
You do amazing.
I feel I couldn't create the way I do if I had perfect vision, though. So, you know, I feel like, you know, I make the best of it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. That's kind of the ambition behind the eyes. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like
where the
that.
eyes come from. It's like you've seen it from my perspective, and it's looking back at you.
Wow.
Awesome. I'm Jemz, Jemz.10 on Instagram. I try to create a lot of, I don't know, different things, so it's kind of hard to like explain it because it all means different things, but I say my paintings are kind of like more monster based because I feel like everyone has monsters and they're not necessarily like scary, like demon type of monsters, you know, like everyone has downfalls and it can be like a cute thing too, you know, so everyone's different, and I feel like it makes you human, you know, like understanding more about yourself, you know.
So when I first saw you at Art and Tacos, you had like physical media on paper or canvas or something. So what's your primary canvas, like paper or is it spray painting?
It's kind of like a seasonal thing because I feel like it's too cold to paint in the wintertime. So during the summer, I do a lot more mural-based stuff, and then during the winter, it's a lot of more canvas, like paper-based stuff. I do tattoos too, so yeah, yeah, and that's thrown in there a little bit too.
Any other art mediums you do? Any musicians?
No, I wish. That would be cool.
So what's your like primary inspiration?
Just everything, you know. I feel like being an artist is like the most human thing, like creating stuff and making stuff. Like that's what makes us different from animals, I feel like. So just here to make stuff. Yeah.
Are you into stuff like jet set radio or anything? Do you know what I'm talking about? I was gonna say your style is very the term is called grind fiction. What's your goal initially?
I guess the ultimate goal is to be able to travel and make art. I just really love other cultures and people and like even architecture, you know, like there's art from all over the world that I would love to see. So, because art is universal, you know, it's no language needed, so just your eyes as long as you can see, you know. Just keep making stuff, you know, it doesn't matter how you think other people will interpret it, you know, like making art is just a beautiful thing that everyone should do, you know. We should dance, sing, have fun. It's one life, you know.
Hi, my name is kam.s.art from Queens, New York, and I'm a muralist, graffiti artist, street artist, you know, a little bit of everything. My art is based on experience, so I got my character there. It's based on the son that I never had, so I create him because, you know, my son passed away, so he inspired me to create him and, you know, doing things that I will be doing with my son. So exactly, I do few murals like with him in the skate park, playing baseball, basketball. So these are things that I will be doing with my son. So that's why it inspired me to create this character right now, Little Cam. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Appreciate it, man.
What is your general inspiration?
Oh, struggle, bro.
Yeah.
Struggle. Over here, I was a mailman before.
You were a mailman?
I was a mailman, yeah. I used to work for the post office for 6 years. And I just asked God, like, God, just give me a sign for I could just, you know, because I wasn't happy doing the mailman, walking around with the mailbox, you know. Yeah. So I was like, I asked God, I got talent and I got a gift. So what I asked God was for, give me a sign. And I was working on during the rain, and I just asked God, if the light bulb turns on, I'll leave this right now, and I just chased my dream. And it sounds creepy, but yeah, it did turn on. So from there on,
is art like your primary work right now?
Yeah, I'm a full-time artist.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love to hear it.
I do murals for the school. I'm a th.ea vendor.
Yeah?
So I do murals for school. I do after-school programs also. So I help the kids, you know, develop the skills.
So,
I think Instagram helped me most of the time. Yeah, Instagram helped me a lot. I ain't gonna lie, because 80% of my job comes from there. People, you start seeing my artwork, my ethic, and I work very quick with the paintings because I could basically paint anything. Oh, I just want to be happy.
yeah.
That's it. Happiness, man. I just want to do what I love. Not be enslaved to the clock.
Yeah.
Just chase your dreams, brother. And just, you know, don't listen to any critics. If somebody tells you cannot do it, that means because you can't do it. So if somebody asks you, hey, listen, it's whack. Nah, somebody else is gonna love it. As long as you love your artwork, that's what it matters.
Hi, I'm Bella, and you could follow me on Instagram at Bellajjudy with an extra J, so BELLJJUDY. And then my website is Bellajjudy.art. I draw a lot of inspiration from the body, from memory, from epigenetics, from water, from herbalism. So I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was a kid, and I've had some not so great medical experiences in my life, so I kind of had to turn to herbalism and turn to the earth and turn to kind of unraveling things on my own to manage my health and also manage the consequences of the things that I went through because of it. And so I draw a lot of inspiration from that. I draw a lot of inspiration from, and when I say memory and epigenetics, to one of the things that kind of trying to unravel things myself has brought me is like wondering how information is stored like somatically, but you know, wondering just kind of, you know, since I was diagnosed so young, for example, like I ultimately contribute a lot of that diagnosis to epigenetic factors and things of the sort. Or I have a recent piece that I finished after a trip to Puerto Rico. And on my mom's side of the family, her mother, Puerto Rican, she passed away from a heart attack, had a little bit to do with medical negligence as well. So that's like a thread of something that I try to acknowledge in my work because of everything involved with that. But when I was there,
with your work, like you were diagnosed with something very young, and then you also lost some people due to bodily things. So I noticed like a lot of your paintings are of the human body with like abstract holes in them and stuff. Is that like a message that's commonly in your art?
Yeah, that definitely comes up a lot. You could see too in my earlier pieces, the face isn't really there. I just unlocked painting a face, or not just a face, but like on a technical level, I could draw a face, but I always ran into a block trying to kind of interpret or paint or draw my own face in any way. So I recently, as I work on my art and work on everything that comes with that, I kind of unlock that, so to speak.
Did you say?
So when I was diagnosed, juvenile idiopathic arthritis, at the time it was juvenile rheumatoid, but they changed the name. Now I'm an adult. The diagnosis is still technically juvenile, but I'm 20.
Is this the type of arthritis that gets in the way of doing any art?
Sometimes. It definitely does at times. Especially because my wrists are actually my worst joint for the most part. I have it in every joint, but there definitely have been some days where I just don't have mobility whatsoever. So that's a little demoralizing, but I also it drives me in a lot of ways to try to manage things as best as I can, and really kind of savor when I do have the opportunity to use my body. And as I kind of gain that access more and more, it feels I'm very grateful for it.
And working through bodily pain to make art, now I understand how you did one on a migraine, you know what I mean? Because I grew out of migraines, but when I was younger, they paralyze you. Like, I had to stay in bed all day. If I moved, migraine. If I saw certain colors, it made me feel sick. Migraines are weird. So what was that day like when you had a migraine working on such a cool piece?
So that drawing I was due to get my period in a few days, so I have a lot of hormonal issues that I haven't really gotten diagnosis for because it's hard to, but I tend to get migraines and stuff around my cycle, and at the time I've also struggled with eating disorders and things of that sort, but at the time for whatever reason, my blood sugar, I kept having like these hypoglycemic episodes and things like that. So in that moment when I did that drawing, I had a migraine, and it was definitely from like the blood sugar fluctuations and everything. And I was kind of a few minutes before, like, you said you had migraine, so you'll get this. Like, I kind of forgot my own name for a second. Like, I forgot my name, and I'm like, okay, I could do this. I could play the part. Like, I'm Belle. And I was like just affirming to myself my name. I was like, okay, what do humans do? We make food. Let's eat. And I just was kind of trying not to spiral from the frustration, from I was having a lot of like visuals, you know. I looked at one of my own pieces and all the swirls and everything. That felt like it was gonna not take me out, but I was trying to just kind of find acceptance, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like making art through pain and things like that, it really helps enter a state of acceptance. I feel like I have a lot of different goals with my work, but ultimately I try to see my process now as kind of like an experimentation. So this is not the same sentence, but what I was talking to somebody more before about the pain and everything and that, and like how art is alchemical in a way, but also besides that, like with this kind of going in an experimental process, I kind of at this point aim to see everything as every piece I work on or every idea I have as like a inquiry of sorts, and my goal is to come to a deeper understanding of something with it and ultimately relay whatever information that I feel like I'm coming to understand that might not be easily articulated in like a conventional sense, because I feel like there's certain things that need to be articulated through maybe more creative means, whether it's poetry or visual art or music, which that I can't do. And also over time, I do want to work with more organic materials. I do work with organic materials, like with my jewelry, the shells and everything, but recently harvested some wild clay in Puerto Rico that was very wonderful. Somebody I was with, who I love very dearly, brought me clay down from the top of a mountain, wild clay, so that was exciting. But I've been using that too as paint and like for underpaintings and stuff. So one thing I seek to explore is like utilizing natural pigments more and just making more paints and things of that sort with natural pigments. And also I do want to get into sculpture and get the hang of that a bit more. I've been trying to on my own time, but.
Hi again, Tito Jay, Tito Jay Draws. You can find me on Instagram, Tito Jay Draws 10, Facebook, Tito Jay Draws, everywhere, Tito Jay Draws. Right? Well, I organized this and I just invited everyone, all my friends, everyone that I've met throughout the year. Yeah, all my artist friends. It's my first time organizing, so I'm happy that everyone came through.
This is your first event?
First event, first time organizing. I'm happy everyone's here. Everyone got to make it.
That's a pretty cool first event.
Thank you. I hope everyone had a good time. I've been an artist like all my life, but I just started putting out my work just last year. Doing events, doing art shows, it all just started last year.
What's your biggest inspiration?
Inspiration? I guess I just want to leave my mark before I die. You know, I just want people to remember me, like my artwork, and you know.
And that's your goal.
Yeah,
as an artist.
Yeah, as an artist.
At least an impression.
Yeah. I don't want to be forgotten, I guess. You know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everyone, to everyone who came here. I hope everyone had a good time, and I hope this will be the first of many. I hope we can do this all again, and everyone can have a good time again.
And yeah, maybe the art industry feels shaky right now. Maybe with all the AI tools, market crashes, and shrinking budgets, it's easy to wonder, is art being replaced? Is it ending? But honestly, I don't think art can end, because art doesn't start with the industry, it starts with us. And we make art because sometimes feelings are too big for words, because sometimes the world is too complicated, and the only way we can process it is through a song, a story, a sketch, or a doodle on your homework. There will always be artists, not because we're waiting to get rich, but because our brains are loud, and this is how we quiet them. Because there's still so much we want to say, and this is how we say it. Hopefully the world catches on and starts paying us what we're worth, but even if it doesn't, we'll still be here, drawing, writing, animating, creating, because even if no one else sees the value, it's enriching to make. Thanks for watching. Keep creating.